Good day, everybody. We're back, or rather, we're still here. This is part 2 of our 2018 Chevy Cruze. We did the front brakes. Now we're going to do the rear brakes. So having said that, let's get started.
Oh, got stuck.
Okay, now we're going to start with the caliper bolt. That's your 13 mil for these. And you'll notice there's a little nut right there in between the boot on the slider there. You're going to need a pair of, there's like a washer here, so you can't really get a wrench on it unless it's really thin. So what you do is grab your needle nose vice grips or something appropriate. And you'll want to hold that when you break this loose, just like that. See how they both move? You have to hold this one while you break this one loose on these rears. And put that in your parts bucket. And same thing on the bottom. There you go. Watch this solid line too. Don't ram into that thing or anything. Bungee cord on. Use a bar. Go right in the top there like that. Just helps. And remove your caliper. Okay, on these rears, you can see these slots in here. They make a special tool for this, but you don't really need it. When you compress these rear calipers, you have to turn this as you compress it. So we're going to do that now, and you can just use a pair of needle nose pliers. Stick them in there. I like these ones because they're long. Just like that. Yeah, these rear ones, you can't just compress them. You have to turn them as you push in. There we go. Make sure your boots got that nice fold in it. If it bulges out or something, just take a pick tool, hook like that, and just go around. You actually do it just anyway, just to clean it out. There we go. It should be seated nicely like that and flush. Hook it up to your bungee cord and just hang it out of the way for now. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the caliper retaining bracket bolt. Ooh, it's a little rusty. There we go. Just break them loose with a breaker bar, and then you can finish them with a ratchet. And same for the bottom one. Oh, there we go. Just get them started. And remove the caliper bracket. Now we're going to remove the rotor. You'll need a T30 for this. Give that a sharp snap. It'll usually come loose. God, you better hope so, or you have to drill it out. Now we're just going to clean this mating surface where the rotor sits on the hub. You do that with a wire wheel. You do it with a wire brush if you want. Just wipe that off. Make sure parts nice and clean. And I like to give a little anti-corrosion spray to her. Get all the excess. Just like that. Grab our new rotor. Seems to be stuck.
Taped it to the box.
Oh, there we go. And when you get these, you want to check the surface and make sure that it's been crosshatched. This helps the brake pads seat better and prevents any warpage or heating or lines. If it's not done, you could do it by hand with a little bit of sandpaper, a little 320, 400. Just give it a crosshatch pattern. This one's already done. They come like that, so that's great. But these are coated in like a grease wax coating for storage, so they don't rust while they're at the parts store. So what you want to do is take your brake clean, spray that down liberally, and wipe it off with a clean towel. You got to do the backside kind of off the car because it's hard to get once it's on there. On the front side. Match your retainer bolt hole to your retainer bolt threads on the hub. Just like that. And reinstall the retainer bolt. And tighten that up reasonably tight. Okay, you want to check your slider pins, make sure they're moving freely. These ones are a little bit sticky. I kind of freed them up earlier there. They had a little sticky spot on them. And if you look here too, they look pretty dry in there. And if you'll notice, the inner pad is more worn than the outer one. And it looks kind of unevenly too. That could be a sign of just not properly lubricating it when you put it all back together. And we're going to show you how to do that, so don't even worry about it. By knocking the old pads out, just go like that. There you go. Now we're going to remove the old retaining springs or anti-chatter springs. Start at the bottom and just kind of pull up, and they should come right out of there. If they get a little sticky, just get a little bar in there at the top and just kind of twist it and they'll pop right out. These came out okay. Okay, now we're just going to remove the boots very carefully. You don't want to rip these. Slide them down and slide out your slider pins. Your fingernail under there like that and just kind of roll it back. There you go. Just come out of there and you won't hurt them at all. You slide that out. And they're not rusty or anything, but they could use a little more lube on them. And we're going to go ahead and clean any corrosion out of these mating surfaces here. And to do that, you can use a wire brush, and you don't have to go nuts with it. Just get any loose scale off of there. Watch out for that rubber. Or, if you're not feeling that rambunctious, you can use a wire wheel on a drill. Clean off your slider pins. Add your brake lube. Just like that. And reinstall them. Just like that. And the other one. that. And reinstall them. You can see how freely they're moving now. And that's what you want. You want to really travel in there nice and easy. Perfect. A little on these mating surfaces. The anti-chatter springs. Don't need a lot. Spread that around. Damn blister backs. Where did we put that big tube of brake lube we had?
I don't even know.
Just like that. Go ahead and reinstall our new anti-chatter springs. Start at the top. Press them on like that. When you do, make sure they're flush with the outside edge. You can do that, just put a bar on them. Oop, that one has to come up a bit. Right, like that. Just make sure they're flush here and they're not sticking way out. And same on the other side. Perfect. A little bit of brake lube on those. Now we're going to prep our new brake pads for installation. This one, without the squealer, you see the little screamer there? That's what starts to squeal when your brakes are getting worn. It starts to make contact with the rotor just to warn you that your brakes are getting low and it's time to change them. This one goes to the inside of the caliper. It's this side. The outer one doesn't have a squealer. That's how you can tell them apart. Just want to put a little bit on the ears. I'll just do all four this, or all two this time. And you want a little on the contact surface of the retainer or of the caliper. Put two there. And one in the middle for the piston. That's the inside one, and the outside one kind of makes contact right there and there. Try not to touch the surface of the brake pad. Just hold it on the edge like that. You don't want to get your greasy mitts on there. And if you do, don't worry. You just spray it with some brake clean. It'll clean it right off. But make sure that you do clean it off. Let's start with the inside one like that. Just like that.
Don't forget to pet the cat.
Give those a final spray with brake clean. Both surfaces, just in case.
And reinstall the caliper bracket and pads.
bolts back in. Oh, up first. Bottom one. And snug them up with a wrench. It's your 15 mil.
And the lower one. Work that to 72 foot-pounds. Put an extension on that one.
There's not enough clearance there. There we go.
Reinstall the caliper.
Just like that.
Move your bungee cord.
You don't want that flopping around in there.
Install the caliper slider pin bolts. Using your 13 millimeter and your needle nose vice grips, you're going to tighten those down to 27 foot-pounds.
Okay, let's do it. Give the brakes a final clean. Install the wheel. And the lug nuts.
Now we're going to tighten them up with a ratchet. With the 5-lug pattern, you can skip one and just move to that one. Snug them up. Skip one.
We're going to tighten those to 100 foot-pounds. That was actually her elbow popping, people. And skip one.
You're going to brace my feet for this.
Girl power.
Go over a couple times.
Yep.
Just to make sure.
Go around 2 or 3 times even. Look at her go. See, folks, you can do this and still have nice nails. I don't. Perfect.
Oh, that was a workout.
I'll bet. Well, that's it for today, everyone. We want to thank Dennis and his daughter for letting us use the car and for this. This is for our wall. Yeah, now you know what Sarah's day job is. This is a real scythe from the early 1900s. And this is just amazing. And Dennis gave us this for our wall. So thank you so much, Dennis. This is amazing. Here, put that up right over there with the blacksmith tongs and the old saw. Oh yeah. Holy smokes, we're gonna have to do more plywood here pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, or I will come for you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.